Start broadcast. Wait, up
Oh, so I got
top, the green.
oh,
Okay, we're all set. It is Thursday, August 20th, 2026. This is a regular monthly board meeting of the Augsburg Bridge Port Authority, and I call this meeting to order. Anthony, any letters of communications to the board?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Approval of board minutes. July 23rd, 2026. Board meeting minutes. Jen?
Yes, I received those minutes and reviewed them. They are accurate, completely up to date, and I'll move that we accept the minutes.
Is there a second?
second.
All those in favor of accepting the July 23rd, 2026 board meeting minutes, say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed? They stand approved. Presentation and reports, committee reports. None. Financial reports. Patty?
Thank you. If we start with the statement of financial position, our accounts receivable regular are at 425. 88% of the open AR is either current or 1 to 30 days. One of our tenants was behind. He is caught up, so we should be back above 90%.
Good.
We have grants receivable of 395,000. And if you look down, our project AP is 387. So when the receivables come back in, then we can pay out what is owed. Our accounts payable regular is at 198. So we're not doing too badly there. We are keeping up with it. If we go to the second page, we can see what was outstanding in the top 7 to 10 vendors for the accounts payable. The New York and Ogdensburg Railroad, once a year, they pay us for its number of rail cars. Correct, James?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. And then we turn around after they pay us, and then we pay them for the lease on the locomotive. So that was our payment due back to them. And all of these accounts payables have been paid. Our construction in progress, we're still waiting on the airport revitalization to get rid of that big 23 million, and that will go to fixed assets buildings when it gets done.
Any movement on the drainage?
Nothing to report back at this time, but we are looking to move that forward.
Okay, Patty.
Are there any questions on the statement of financial position? If not, we will move to the budget to actual for June 30th. You'll see that we budgeted 79% of pre-COVID figures for our bridge toll income. We are above that, which is good news. And it seems to be in a slow, steady movement. It is streaming upwards, which is excellent. But due to the work on the bridge, our bridge service fees, which are for the most part truck permits, the weight limits and the width limits on the bridge now being only one lane, we're down on the truck permits. And everything else under income for the bridge is good. I put notes on your statement of financial position or the budget to actual, that the updates on the account, with the updates to the account structure for the airport, there are no budgets for the following accounts for the fiscal year 26-27. Facility fees, into plane fees, and service fee income. That's why you will see the huge over budgets on the income there, because there were no budgets put into those accounts. But when you look at passenger fare charges, very much above what we expected. And that, of course, is thanks to Charlie. When you have more employments, you have more PFC money. The same with rental cars and vending machine. The more employments, the more people that are here to rent cars, use the vending machines, et cetera. If we go down to Commerce Park, we just have two that are under budget, and they're due to, what did he not come in when we budgeted for him to?
Correct.
Yes, we had a tenant who's actually going to take both the space in 1 and 4, and we had budgeted him for this fiscal year, and then he didn't come. So they will
We're still in
probably be,
negotiation.
will be under budget for the entire fiscal year. And
Unless we can fill it, right?
Yeah, we're still in negotiation with that tenant. Just we're close.
the marine terminal, the agency fee income was the initial reimbursement invoice for the vessel strike at the port, which was sent to the vessel company. It was due to ongoing negotiations, we reversed that out. And so that will sit there all year as a negative, as a credit to agency fee income. Due to the salt ships that we have had so far, our wharfage and our stevedoring income is up. Our storage income, we found out doing some digging that Corning's rent is in storage. So when I moved it out of storage to go down to building for rent, that left us with a negative storage income so far this year. Otherwise, everything else is doing well. If we move on to our expenses. I've given you a note on the salary expenses. We took out part of the economic development director's salary out of Commerce Park, but then it was decided as a first step to understand how costs are allocated across Commerce Park, not just to the bridge. They moved the 2 employees, 2 of our maintenance assistants, their salaries to Commerce Park. So that will now make Commerce Park over budget for the entire year because that was not thought of when we did the budget.
But would reduce the salary expense on bridge, right?
Right. I think there could have been a different way had we had, say, we've been discussing programs for the repair and maintenance so that you can see how much time people spend. It might have been worth getting that program and then seeing how the hours are spent before this was tried.
Okay.
And our airport is over budget in salaries. The only reason employee benefits is over budget in Commerce Park is the same reason for the salaries and wages. Janitorial, building maintenance, and grounds maintenance are a bit over budget, not a lot. We had to dispose of lead paint and fluorescent bulbs that you could pay for, and that was a couple $1,000s. We had roof repair on the maintenance garage that we hadn't anticipated here at the bridge. We had to put, we had to repair the exterior fence at the port. So we've had little things like that that have come up this year that we've had to take care of.
And then to save on cost, the port water line, we purchased the hydrant needed direct. So that was another $6,000.
Because of the rain this year, must be some of your people are out cutting grass like every day.
the opposite. It's hard to, towards the bridge, there's a lot of clay and even today there's standing water in ditches and areas. And
Oh,
I know in passing, you don't think it looks kind of high and dry, but there's a lot of areas that we're not able to get to because of the rain every couple of days.
Airport is, my goodness, it's growing crazy here.
Only here. Our equipment is a bit over budget. We had some mower repairs, but then we had to repair the toll booth generator, and we had to have a service call for the toll booth. So that is pretty much what makes up the overage in equipment. Everything else is doing pretty well. Our utilities are under budget all the way across. Our general expenses. The reason our insurance expense is over budget is we had to add the freight room and the expanded terminal space, and that was approximately $65,000 to get us from March to August. Our new insurance rates are in, we have to pay those shortly. Everything else is relatively good. Our legal expenses, we had the impasse, we had the research and reporting, and we are well into the request from the Attorney General's office. So that has given a rise to our legal expenses. Are there any questions on the budget to actual?
nope. Anyone have any questions of Patty? No? Patty, thank you. Bridge traffic report?
Yes, so if we look at year over year, auto crossings, truck and bus crossings are up, which is nice to see. So we had 44,667 auto crossings in the month of July. All total crossings was 5,100 or 51,603. So we're looking approximately 17.5% up, which is nice to see. You'll notice revenue is up, but it doesn't, those percentage increases doesn't necessarily translate into much more revenue. Continuing the comparison to 2019, overall still down about 23%. Year to date, lost revenue compared to 2019 comes in at $529,229.55. So we're starting to see improvement, which is nice, but we remain cautious because those could change.
On our June, July, and August monthly revenues, the most we have generally each year.
Right. For your summer travel.
Right. And we're already at a little over 500,000
Yeah.
with 7 months.
Yeah. Not where we want to be.
Not where we want to be. No. But I guess the good thing is that things are improving slightly. So at least we're heading in the right direction.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone have any questions? Hey, Anthony? No? Charlie, what do you got?
July, been an amazing month, July. Of course, no flights canceled. I mean, we've seen that already. That's nothing new there. But 3,332, that's a number that we haven't seen in years. Even in 2019, we never had it with 2 carriers here in 1 month. So that's what I would call record breaking numbers for 1 month. It's been pretty busy at the airport. I'm sure Susie will be able to tell you, and the janitor will be able to tell you. It's packed tight in here, every flight. So I think a lot of our passengers are seeing the service and getting used to the service. I think more and more is getting to know the service. I think it's the reason why it's picking up these traffics. In July, we never see traffic like this, even in previous years, never in any carriers that we have this kind of numbers on traveling. I even trended all the way to 2016, we still doesn't have that, even with Allegiant when it first came in, So I think it's a great number to have. It's a great point. Just a little comparison, I think for 2023 in the same month, it was almost 285% increase. And then for 2024, it's almost 4 times in the number. And of 2025, that's Breeze's own number. And we're looking at almost 150% increase for 2024's Breeze, 2025's Breeze number. So little comparison, 6,000 passenger in 24, 5,000, 23, and then total, those are total passengers, and 22,448 for 2019. That's with 2 carriers. We're currently on track to beat that with this year's number. So overall, it's been great. Connection's been amazing. We've been seeing a lot of major connection into Tampa, into Fort Myers, a lot into, of course, MCO, which is one of the popular service. So, but we've seen a lot more into Tampa and Fort Myers. So a lot of people are picking up on those. But those connection will get shorter once we go 7 days a week into Raleigh. So Raleigh is pretty much a booming city. I'm sure everybody's seen it. The airport currently is investing almost $3 billion in airport infrastructure to rebuild the whole airport itself. So I think it's good that we can tap into that currently. So striping projects all finished on the painting. That's all set. You guys see pretty shiny painting out there. They just got finished with that maybe 3 weeks ago. And then we already scheduled for our triennial for September 20th. We already had many coordination meeting with the fire district and then a bunch of the emergency preparedness personnel in regards to that exercise. So yeah, September 20th is a Sunday, and they're gonna have extended ground time for the aircraft for us to do the exercise. So for our requirement for the FAA. But yeah, so far great months. I think projected wise, we're so far right now. This is just a number I got it for the beginning of the month. We were projecting almost 2,700 passengers this month. I'm pretty sure that number has jumped if I have to look, but I'm sure next month maybe we'll be reaching close to 3,000. Usually they jump every week with passengers, 15, 20%, give or take.
I was here Saturday. Actually, the first time in a month and a half. 138 got off.
Correct.
Capacity of the plane is
37.
38, right?
Yeah.
128 got on. So that's pretty good. Very good. And everybody's more than happy. The design of the great room with the window,
It's been amazing.
a number of people that are there as the plane lands and when the plane takes off is just surprising.
Yeah.
Very good. So you have a little over 13,500 passengers in and out in order to get to that 50,000 number you promised me. So
Yeah. So we're getting there. I think we'll get there. No promises, but we'll get there.
oh no, you promised me. I remember the promise. That's good, Charlie. Things seem to be going pretty smooth with those number of passengers in and out of here. I hear good things about the Breeze employees on Ticket Tuesday. So that's good. It's just turned out actually better than I thought it would this soon. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. We're seeing it continue improving. I mean, in July, if we're pulling strictly one route on 3,000, I think by winter when we hit Orlando route, we'll be doubling that number with Orlando route. So
Good. Anyone have any questions, Charlie?
I just have a couple comments.
Oh,
I just know, it's all positive. I think it's really fantastic to see the numbers. The data's there. I love it. I think it's fantastic for our local and whole regional economy. It's great for Ogdensburg for many PR reasons. And I love the Ticket Tuesday on my social media feed. It's great. It's very enthusiastic. It's getting the word out. So great job. I'm really excited about everything that's happening at the airport, from the events to the flights. It's great.
Anyone else?
I just wanted to let you know, I'm very happy with the improvement on the signage up front.
Good.
It's a huge improvement.
Yeah, we're still
It used to drive me
continues
nuts.
we're still continues to develop more. Me, Anthony and Susie talked about it. We're gonna get better signage on different wayfindings and stuff, so people know, not to, how to navigate through the airport a little better.
Yeah.
Good. And then the question I asked you to have for me today.
Yes, so, yeah, overall, I mean, numbers, we already discussed it with when Breeze came in, before Breeze came in, I mean, we're, 6,000 passengers.
No workers.
Workers, 35 total working in the airport. That's
Right.
including across TSA, Traeger Dugan, and our OBPA employees.
So I'm sorry,
You guys are doing a great job.
there's 35 employees working because of our airport, correct?
That's correct.
Providing 35 good paying jobs. That's what part of what our mission is to provide employment. And that number is certainly the most we've ever had out here that I'm aware of.
Yeah, that number is still growing because we're getting new quota for TSA because their numbers going up. So there's more employees will be hired for that reason. More people, more problem, right? So there's same thing with the airlines. There's more people that's coming in, so we gotta have more people to deal with that kind of issue. So
That 35, that includes pilots?
no. Well, if we're talking that aspect, then we can go a lot farther than that, but it's
Airport specific.
correct. Yeah, if we're talking on the ground, personnel's to handle the flights and everything. That's kind of people we got. 35, which is pretty, I think for the number we're getting, we're still pretty slim crewed in some ways, in some
Right.
operations that if you're talking number wise, what we got.
Still 35. Well, a lot of people don't understand that even with 35 workers here employed at the airport daily, that's a significant amount of dollars being put into the local economy.
Correct.
Because of the airport. Community members need to know that. Our local elected officials need to understand that's what the Virgin Port Authority and the airport specifically is doing for the community.
And you can ask every worker, they're all happy working here.
Yes,
They're happy seeing the improvements, I guess. So even some of the TSA agents and some of the employees, I think they've seen the difference of, I guess the facility has been changed and it been improved. So it's even equipment, we're talking equipment, up to equipment and experience, the whole thing has been improved for their sake. So the whole thing has been better at all. And then just overall keeping them busy and everything make them feel proud every day, seeing the passengers coming through here.
you hear the comments, just, come out anytime a flight's here, you can hear the people waiting for those to get off, the comments from them, the comments from the passengers off the plane. It's just so good to hear.
Yep.
Good job.
Thank you.
Susie, you're part of that too, so.
Yeah.
Anything else for Charlie? If not, we'll move on to the airport event report.
Okay, so the month of July, we did not have any events, but I'm very hopeful. As we get more events and more exposure, the response I'm getting for the space is fantastic. Just as an example, this past month we had Seniorama. And the feedback I've got from that was like, it's just such a proud thing to be here, you know what I mean? It's just, everybody that was here for the Seniorama, like, it was great that all the vendors could see it. And they're like, wow, we didn't know it was here. We should have something here. And I have a lot of, faith that we will, absolutely. For as far as events booked that we added on, we had a county district floor planning meeting. We will be having another one in September as well. I have to add to the list. There are a couple of events that I added on that I would like to discuss with the group, with the board too, that about donating some space. Facebook feedback, absolutely fantastic. Getting the news out there. Charlie and I are working on developing some safety policies and procedures for the staff to, as Charlie mentioned, that the increase of volume is also increasing the parking lots and pedestrians and all that. And we want to make sure everybody stays safe. So I created also like an updated taxi and transportation provider list for the flyers. I'm working on trying to find more taxis from Canada that would come over here. The ones I did contact, I did find out that it's a special insurance that they must carry. So finding those that have it is kind of rare. For the cafe, I did so last month I did mention that the Grass River Grind and we had a miscommunication. They didn't get my message. However, they called me back and they gave me a little feedback about the cafe. It's just with adding the equipment and such like that, it is an expense, and it's something that we should definitely discuss.
Any questions of Suzie?
Not a question, but I did just want to say that legislator Denise Show was raving about the event space being out here for the Seniorama. I guess it's been held at the same location for the past 6, 7, 8 years. And this is the first time that they've moved it. And he said it was just amazing here. And it's nice to see so many county affiliated entities hosting events here, because it certainly shows some support. So that's great to see.
Mary Jane, the head of the Seniorama, said they're definitely going to be back next year as well. So,
okay.
Which is fantastic.
I actually missed it because I was in jail, so working. Maybe next year, because I do qualify. You don't qualify. James, the board activity report?
For the month of July, no inbound vessels. I still expect when the state bid is awarded, given it's one of our customers, that we will receive 1 to 2 more vessels for the season. We had a little bit of truck traffic. We've actually got some local DOTs calling to placing orders for salt, looking to, take advantage of the dry weather, a little bit of downtime, fill their barns, and a lot of the townships mix their sand and salt. So surprisingly, but rightfully so, some local county DOTs are inquiring on picking up some salt. July was a heavier than normal. It's been a few years since I have seen 18 inbound rail cars brought in and offloaded. And that is a compliment to the ILA, considering 1 full week of that, we were held up with our equipment unloading the damaged feed. So that's 18 rail cars in 3 weeks.
What's in the cars?
That is a ag product.
Ag.
Corn, gluten, meal, loose feed, and pellets.
What do the crops look like this year, Dave? Do you have any idea? For the county? Good. Okay, James.
Okay.
too much rain.
Still water in the fields, you can see it.
Yeah, soybeans, they have to spray a lot because of the fungus.
It seems to be a lot more soybean fields than I've seen before.
There is, but there's a lot of fungus because there's less air in the field. There's so much rain. Okay.
Anything else?
We're still proposing some numbers to a customer about loading a vessel, which would be very exciting, a first for the Bridgeport Authority, I think, and for salt at least, but an exciting opportunity. I'm hopeful that we can partake in.
Good. Any questions of James? Anything else, James? No? Let's move on to economic development
Yeah, so-
and the building occupancy.
Yeah, occupancy is holding relatively steady, so that's good. A Couple of highlights over the past month. So the chairman and myself was down in Onondaga County this past month, meeting with some select officials to discuss the Port of Ogdensburg and its importance in the Micron project and what we would be able to offer. We had some very good meetings, just elevating the profile of the port. So we remain in the conversation for future work. I joined a contingent of Ogdensburg leaders, city IDA, and we had a handful of meetings with Canada Research Park folks in West Ottawa to really re-showcase Ogdensburg and what we have to offer for Canadian companies locating to Ogdensburg and Commerce Park. So those are some pretty good preliminary discussions, and we're excited for where, for us all to come together and present in front of those folks. So those are continuing, ongoing. So we're going to see where that goes. City's DRI continues to move forward, which is great. And just looking, that's really, I'd say, the highlights for this past month on the economic development front.
So rail conference coming up.
Yes, yes. So that's going to be in Saratoga Springs in September. It's a working group. The state's bringing select individuals together to add input on the state's rail program and future planning. So the authority got invited, which is great to be a part of.
Treating everybody to ice cream, probably.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd rather get a couple $1 million.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Could be both. So we're at 94%.
Yes, yeah. And we're going to see, there's a tenant that we've been including over the past couple of months because we've had, they were supposed to be in by now. So worst case, this number may change for next month. We're kind of pushing them and, they're either going to come or they're not. So that may change, but we do have, there's one company in particular that we're hoping we don't bring it for September's board, but bring it to October's board for them to locate in the Commerce Park. It's a company that makes deck hardware. So, to improve and make easier the production of a deck for homeowners, and then kind of vanity pieces of, filling gaps and caps on rails and things like that. So we've been in discussions for a little while now, but gentleman's working on getting us a visa and just trying to get out of some leases in Ottawa to be able to come and do a location in Ogdensburg. So we're excited about that.
Good.
Do we have space for it?
Yes, we do. We do. We've been earmarking that space for a while now for them, so.
Good. Anything else?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Any questions of Anthony? No? Anthony, any unfinished business?
No, Mr. Chairman.
We'll go right into business items. Agenda item C1.
Yes, so this is approval of lease supplement number 2 with Frank Rouse Incorporated. Staff has negotiated lease supplement number 2 with Frank Rouse Incorporated for 20,000 square feet of manufacturing space in Building 11 of the Commerce Park campus for a 1-year period commencing November 1st, 2026, and terminating October 31st of 2027 at a rate of $7.38 per square foot, equaling $12,300 per month, $147,600 for the one-year period exclusive of utilities. All of the terms and conditions of the original lease agreement shall remain in full force and effect and are hereby ratified and affirmed.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Not Susie? Patty, call the roll.
Ms. Squires,
Yes.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Mr. Burns?
Yes,
Ms. Beckman?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
thank you. Agenda item. Another page in here. Yep. D1,
Approving the donation of the Great Room to American Red Cross for community blood drives. The Augsburg Bridge and Port Authority is committed to supporting initiatives that benefit the health and well-being of the communities it serves. Staff identified an opportunity to partner with the American Red Cross to host community blood drives at the Great Room at Augsburg International Airport and invited the representatives to tour the facility to determine its suitability as a blood drive location. Following the visit, the American Red Cross determined that the Great Room is an appropriate venue for community blood drives and has scheduled blood drives for September 10th, 2026, and November 25th, 2026. The United States is currently experiencing a national blood shortage, making local blood drives an important community resource. And donating the use of the Great Room for these events will support the American Red Cross in its efforts to collect life-saving blood donations for hospitals and patients in need. Staff recommends approval of the donation of the Great Room to the American Red Cross for the blood drive scheduled for September 10th, 2026, and November 25th, 2026, and further recommends authorization to donate the use of the Great Room for future American Red Cross blood drives, subject to facility availability in coordination with authority staff.
is there a motion?
So moved.
And seconded. Any discussion? Todd, Patty, call the roll, please.
Ms. Whitten?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes,
Ms. Pickman?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
And Ms. Squires?
Yes.
thank you. Agenda item D2,
Approving the donation of the Great Room to John F. Kennedy School for its Veterans Day celebration. John F. Kennedy School reached out to the Augsburg International Airport requesting the use of the Great Room for its annual Veterans Day celebration on November 10th, 2026. However, due to the funding limitations, the school does not have the financial resources to rent the space, and due to ongoing construction, the space traditionally used by the school for the celebration is unavailable. The Veterans Day celebration brings together students, veterans, and veterans' families to honor those who served through songs, student speeches, and presentations, a performance by musicians from Fort Drum, and the traditional white table remembrance ceremony honoring service members who are missing or did not return home. And donating the use of the Great Room will provide the school with an appropriate location to continue this meaningful tradition and allow students and the community to recognize and honor veterans. Staff recommends approval of donation of the Great Room to John F. County School for its Veterans Day celebration on November 10th, 2026.
motion,
So moved.
second.
Second.
Now, this is not the same thing as the VFW, what they do on November 11th, right?
Correct.
Any further discussion?
How many people do we anticipate?
I'm a couple hundred.
And Susie, you included.
Yes, so I
Great,
also
this is-
actually also included, so in the past, they provided me some pictures, so I may provide these to you. So this is when they had it at the school.
It's really nice.
I saw it.
Patty?
Mr. Burns?
Yes,
Ms. Pickman?
Yes.
Mr. King?
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli?
Yes.
Ms. Squires,
Yes.
Ms. Whitten.
Thank you. Agenda item F1.
Okay, approval of grant agreement PIN 7935.38.301 with the New York State Department of Transportation for 286K to the Port Phase 2 project. The Ogdensburg Bridge and Port Authority has received a grant agreement PIN 7935.38.301 from from New York State Department of Transportation, NISDOT, under the Passenger and Freight Rail Assistance Program, PFRAP, for the authority's 286K to the Port Phase 2 project. The total project cost of this project is $6,292,360, with NISDOT funding $5,663,124, and the authority responsible for 10% of the total project cost, which equates to $629,236, and will be allocated via other secured grant funding. Staff requests approval from the Board of the Directors to execute this grant agreement in furtherance of the specified project.
Thank you. Motion
So moved.
Second.
and seconded. Any discussion?
So,
And
yeah,
go ahead.
if I may, so this is part of roughly $16.5 million total project for rail upgrades. So this is one portion. The nice thing is we can use the CRISI funding from the federal level as the match for the state funding and vice versa. So we're basically between this cluster of projects, we're looking from mile marker 10.72 to mile marker 25 of rail upgrades, which is great. It also will involve replacement of some private and public crossings for safety for safety reasons. But this was the last remaining piece, this grant agreement for this overall project. So we're excited to finally receive it.
Does this include the bridges?
No, the bridges are separate.
Separate.
The bridges are two separate projects. But there is a possibility, when we were speaking with the project engineers, that there could be some support for those through this because there is overlap in the physical structures.
Right.
With this being the final piece, do we know when work can start?
So I want to be cautious on offering a specific date, but
With all the caveats.
Yes.
Just-
Yes, I would say early next year, realistically. And just with getting the bridge projects re-upped and all of that, I would say that's a pretty safe bet.
Just,
It's start of construction season 27.
I think it's high time we give the railroad a little love.
I agree.
Well, it's an integral part of the port operations and what we're trying to push for, being a part of these major economic development projects in the state. So
Yeah.
It couldn't come at a better time.
It's a huge part of the overall utilizing the port to get products either in or out of here. It just makes more sense. The sooner we can get this done, the better. I'm sorry. Was there a motion made
Yes.
Yes.
and seconded?
Yes.
Patty, call the roll, please.
Ms. Pickman,
Yes.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli,
Yes.
Ms. Squires,
Yes.
Ms. Whitten,
Yes.
Mr. Burns.
Yes. Agenda item G1.
Agenda item G1, approval of border station and Port P8 roof system repairs. The roofing system at the border station and Port P8 is essential to maintaining the structural integrity of the facility as well as adhering to the lease spaces. These two roofing systems provide space to the border station and bulk storage at the port. The border station roof is a flat rubber EPDM and the Port P8 roof is a standing seam metal roof. The following bid proposal was received on August 14th, 2026. PTL Contracting Corp., $111,000 even. This went out to bid with assistance from Tisdale, who has since been acquired by Labella. Staff have reviewed said bid proposals, engineers bid analysis, and determined it to be reasonable and in the best interest of the authority. Staff recommends approval of this purchase with PTL Contracting Corp. in the amount of $111,000.
Motion,
So moved.
second.
Second.
When can they start?
In the next couple months, it'll be done.
Good.
That's why we received this Monday and with intentions to try to get it approved tonight.
Very good. Patty, call the roll, please.
Mr. King,
Yes.
Ms. Terminelli,
Yes.
Ms. Squires,
Yes.
Ms. Whitman,
Yes.
Mr. Burns,
Yes.
Ms. Pickler.
Yes.
So Susan didn't hide some other items in there, did she?
You were safe.
Let's see. Any concluding comments from board members, staff? Is there anyone online? Any questions by anyone online? No? I don't see anybody. The screen looks different. No. I do have a comment. A recent article in North Country Now, written by Jimmy Lawton, says that a survey taken by the Center for Community Studies at Jefferson Community College shows that many people declined, left, or changed jobs due to a lack of childcare options. It's been 3 years since we've started trying to build a childcare facility on our own. We didn't need others to tell us it was needed. And thanks to Tony Squires and Nicole Terminelli, the members of that committee, who move this forward every opportunity they have, thanks to the work that they've done, and staff, the governor realizes how important this is and how it needs to be moved forward. Just so that everyone knows, the authority understands and has understood for years that this is an issue for our area, and we will continue to do whatever we can to alleviate the problem that parents have due to a lack of childcare options. So I'm pretty confident that once this is built, it will be filled the day it's occupied, and we may need to look at expansion the day after it opens. So, but everyone needs to understand that the staff and members of the board of directors have been aware of the situation, and for years has been doing everything possible to provide for childcare options in the St. Lawrence County area. So hats off to the members of that committee and my fellow board members. We're doing what our mission tells us to do, and the governor's been very appreciative of that. So thank you. Anyone else? Any comments? Tony, Nicole?
In Messina, we just had another center close, and 40 families that are out of access to childcare, largely in part of the new structure of the childcare subsidy. So the amount of money has remained the same, the allocation has remained the same, and they've opened the families that qualify, the income level has expanded. So funding continues to run out before, so and until that fee structure changes, I think we're going to see more centers closing because they can't pay their bills and keep their heads above water when families no longer are receiving that subsidy for months at a time.
It's also causing increased costs. They're increasing their costs for each child to be there too. So that's, a lot of families are no longer able to afford it because of that reason too, so.
Which means also that our middle of the road families are subsidizing some of that on their own because they're not qualifying for that program. And so their rates go up so that they can pay the shortfall in some of the centers. So it certainly is a bit of a mess right now. But I look forward to our center opening because I do know that we have a desert and we have families that just need access to open slots and they don't even have them right now. So
There you go. And the fact that the funding that is absolutely needed for childcare, it's amazing that we can't provide the necessary funding. We talk about the future. Our young are our future, and we're not even providing for their care. It's just amazing. Let's hope things change sooner than later.
agreed. And just in case anybody on the media happens to be listening, I've heard again a couple of comments about what does the Bridgeton Port Authority know about taking care of children. So just as a reminder, we built the facility, located closely to Commerce Park to allow the people that work in Commerce Park to have access to something that's nearby where they can maybe stop in, see their kids during lunchtime. Now we've got food available over in Commerce Park, but we've partnered with an entity that has a lot of experience in childcare, and they're the ones that are going to be running the facility because we know what we are capable of doing and what we're not capable of doing.
Exactly.
It's a great clarification, Nicole. Thank you.
I just always like to set people straight.
Good. Yeah, I hope somebody's listening. Anything else? No? Nothing else
Nothing else, Mr.
that
Chair.
needs to be taken care of today? No? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? We stand adjourned. Thank you. Look at that.
Good job.
Record time.